Hey everybody, welcome back to Arcane Eye. It's just me alone here today for the first time actually, but something really cool came out for ChatGPT, and I'm going to try to turn it into a AI dungeon master. So let's see how that goes. You'll be able to see it on my screen here. Unfortunately, there's not much to see. It's just kind of a speech bubble, but at least you'll be able to see as it talks along. So let's get started with this. So when you're on the ChatGPT screen on iOS or Android, you'll now see a thing of headphones. You can go ahead and click that, and it's going to tell you it's connecting. And I
You're
guess
welcome. If you have any other questions or need assistance with something, feel free to ask.
that was weird. So, hi, ChatGPT. I'd like you to be a dungeon master while I play a game of D&D. I have dice and a character sheet ready. So tell me when to roll. But apart from that, you are the dungeon master. I am the player, and yeah, let's get playing.
Great, let's dive into a Dungeons and Dragons adventure. As your dungeon master, I'll set the scene for you. You find yourself in the bustling medieval town of Eldoria, known for its diverse culture and ancient mysteries. The sun is setting, casting long shadows across the cobblestone streets. You've heard rumors of a mysterious artifact hidden within the ruins of an old castle, just a day's journey north of Eldoria. This artifact is said to grant immense power to whoever possesses it. Your journey can start at the local tavern, where adventurers and townsfolk gather, or you can head straight towards the castle ruins. What would you like to do first?
I'll start in a tavern.
Feel free to roll the dice whenever you need to make a decision or check your character's abilities.
I'll start in the tavern.
Inside the tavern, the atmosphere is lively. A bard strums a lute in the corner, while various patrons laugh and share stories over mugs of ale. The smell of roasted meat and fresh bread fills the air. You notice a few key figures: a barmaid bustling around, a group of rowdy adventurers, a lone cloaked figure in the corner, and the tavern keeper cleaning glasses behind the bar. As you take in your surroundings, think about your next step. You could gather information about the castle ruins, try to recruit fellow adventurers, or simply enjoy some food and drink. What's your move?
I'm going to talk to the fellow that's in a cloak, in the corner.
You approach the cloaked figure, noticing the way they seem to be observing everything while trying to appear uninterested. As you get closer, you can see the figure is an elderly man with a weathered face, his eyes sharp and calculating. He looks up as you approach. Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Please try again later.
I sit down with the old man in the cloak.
It sounds like you're pondering your next move. When interacting with the cloaked figure, you could inquire about the castle ruins and any knowledge he might have. Ask if he's heard any interesting rumors or stories lately. Share a bit about your quest to see how he reacts. Simply engage in small talk to gauge his character. Feel free to choose your approach, and if it involves persuasion, insight, or gathering information, let me know your dice roll result for an appropriate response.
I'm going to ask him if he knows of any rumors.
The old man leans back, stroking his beard thoughtfully. Rumors, eh? This town is full of them, but if it's something worthwhile you seek, I've heard whispers about the castle to the north. They say it's haunted by the spirits of an ancient order, guarding a treasure beyond imagination. But beware, many have sought this treasure, and none have returned to tell the tale. His eyes seem to hold secrets, and you sense he knows more than he's letting on. You could press him for more information, ask about something else, or decide your next move based on what he's told you. What will you do?
Sorry, I was just having dog troubles. Let's get back to this. I'm going to make an insight check on him to see if he might be malicious in any way. So I'm going to roll a d20 and add my insight, and I got just an 8.
Sounds like a interpret the result for you.
I got an 8.
With a total of 8 on your insight check, it's hard to get a clear read on the old man. His expression remains neutral, and his intentions are not immediately apparent. He could be a simple old man sharing rumors, or he might have ulterior motives. The uncertainty lingers in your mind. You could continue talking to him, perhaps trying a different approach, or you might decide to explore other options in the tavern. What's your next move?
I'm going to go to the bar and grab a mug of ale.
You head over to the bar, where the tavern keeper greets you with a friendly nod. "What can I get for you?" he asks, ready to pour a drink. You order a mug of ale, and he serves it with a warm smile. "First time in Eldoria?" he inquires, striking up a conversation. The tavern keeper seems to be a well-informed man, often overhearing the tales and rumors shared by his patrons. While enjoying your ale, you have the opportunity to chat with the tavern keeper. You could ask about local news, inquire more about the castle, or just enjoy your drink and observe the tavern's goings-on. What would you like to do?
I'm going to drink from my mug of ale and then ask him if he knows anything more about the castle.
You take a refreshing sip of your ale, then turn your attention to the tavern keeper. "What can you tell me about the castle to the north?" you ask. He leans in closer, lowering his voice. "Ah, the old castle. It's been abandoned for centuries, but recently there's been talk of strange lights and eerie sounds coming from there at night. Some say it's cursed. Others believe it's hiding a secret passage or treasure. Adventurers have gone to explore, but few return, and those who do speak of unspeakable horrors and tricky traps. If you're planning to go there, be careful." His earnest tone suggests he's genuinely concerned for your well-being. This information could be valuable for your journey. You can ask more questions, finish your ale, and head out, or explore other options in the tavern. What's your plan?
I'm going to finish my ale and head out.
After finishing your ale, you feel ready to embark on your journey to the castle. The tavern keeper wishes you luck as you head out into the cool night air. The town of Eldoria is quieting down as the evening progresses. The path to the castle is known to be treacherous, winding through dense forests and over rugged hills. As you walk, the moonlight guides your path, casting long shadows among the trees. It's a perfect time for travel if one wishes to avoid unwanted attention. As you journey, keep an ear out for any sounds or signs of danger. Remember, if you encounter anything requiring a skill check or a decision, just let me know your dice roll. After a few hours of travel, you notice a faint light flickering in the distance, possibly coming from the direction of the castle. Do you want to investigate the light, continue on the path, or take another action?
I'll investigate the light, stealthily.
To approach the light stealthily, you'll need to make a stealth check. Go ahead and roll a d20 and add your stealth modifier. Let me know the result, and I'll describe what happens next.
Alrighty. I got a natural 1.
Great. Once you've rolled, just tell me the total, and we'll see how successfully you approach the light while remaining undetected.
I got a natural 1. Crit fail.
A critical failure. As you try to move stealthily towards the light, you accidentally step on a dry branch, which snaps loudly under your foot. The sudden noise echoes through the quiet night. The light, which now appears to be a small campfire, flickers more intensely. You hear voices and movement. It seems like you've alerted whoever is at the campsite. Given the situation, you can choose to reveal yourself and approach peacefully, prepare for a potential confrontation, or try to quickly hide and observe. What's your next move?
I'm going to approach peacefully.
You step out from the shadows with your hands visible, showing that you mean no harm. As you get closer to the campfire, you see a group of 3 adventurers around it. They look surprised, but not immediately hostile. One of them, a burly man with a battle-worn axe, stands up. "Who goes there? Are you friend or foe?" he asks cautiously. You have the opportunity to introduce yourself and explain your presence. This could be a chance to gain allies or valuable information. How would you like to respond?
I say, I'm a fellow adventurer and I'm looking to join a party to venture into the castle.
You introduce yourself as a fellow adventurer and mention your interest in exploring the castle ruins. The adventurers around the campfire relax a bit, seeing that you share a common goal. The burly man introduces himself and his companions. We're also planning to explore the castle, he says. Perhaps we can share information or even join forces. The more, the merrier, and safer in these parts. This is an excellent opportunity to gain allies for your journey. You can discuss strategies, share rumors you've heard, or ask them about their own experiences and plans. What would you like to do next?
I tell them that it seems like most people don't leave the castle alive. So are they going to be at my back when we run into trouble?
Your straightforward question about their reliability in dangerous situations seems to resonate with them. The burly man nods firmly. We're well aware of the risks, he says, but we're prepared to face whatever comes our way. You can count on us to have your back, and we'd expect the same from you. The others in the group nod in agreement, showing their commitment to teamwork and mutual support. It seems you found yourself a capable and reliable group of adventurers to accompany you to the castle. With this new alliance formed, you can discuss the next steps of your journey, rest for the night with the group, or continue exploring the area around the campfire. What's your plan?
Can we fast forward to when we get to the castle, please?
Of course. Let's fast forward. After a night of planning and resting with your new companions, you all set out at dawn towards the castle. The journey is challenging, but with the combined skills of your group, you manage to navigate through the dense forest and treacherous terrain. As you approach, the castle looms ominously against the morning sky. Its tall, dark towers and crumbling walls speak of ancient history and long-forgotten secrets. The air grows colder as you near the entrance, a large, weathered gate that hangs slightly ajar. Your group shares a determined look before stepping into the shadow of the castle. Inside, the air is still, and the only sound is the echo of your footsteps. The castle's interior is a maze of corridors and rooms, shrouded in darkness and mystery. As you explore, be on the lookout for traps, hidden doors, or anything unusual. And remember, if any situation arises that requires a roll, just let me know the result. What would you like to do first inside the castle?
Can I make a perception check to see if I hear anything?
Absolutely. Making a perception check is a great idea. Go ahead and roll a d20 and add your perception modifier. Let me know the total, and I'll tell you what you perceive in the castle.
I got a 21.
With a roll of 21, your senses are incredibly sharp. As you focus, you hear the faint sound of scraping metal and muffled voices coming from a corridor to your left. It's too distant to make out the words, but it definitely sounds like there might be others inside the castle. Additionally, you notice a slight draft coming from a wall nearby, suggesting a hidden passage or a secret door in the vicinity. You can choose to investigate the sounds, explore the potential hidden passage, or discuss these findings with your group to decide the best course of action. What would you like to do?
I'd like to investigate the hidden passage.
You signal to your companions about the hidden passage. Together, you examine the wall more closely and discover a cleverly concealed door. With a bit of effort, you manage to open it, revealing a narrow, dusty tunnel that seems to lead deeper into the castle. The tunnel is dark, and the air is cool and musty. You'll need to be cautious as you proceed, as it could lead to unknown dangers or valuable discoveries. As you and your group move through the tunnel, keep an eye out for traps or clues. Remember, if there's a situation where you need to roll, just let me know the outcome. Do you want to proceed stealthily, quickly, or take another approach as you explore the tunnel?
I'd like to proceed stealthily, but I also have dark vision.
Your ability to see in the dark will be a significant advantage in this dimly lit tunnel. Moving stealthily, you lead the way, your eyes adjusting to the darkness. Since you're proceeding with caution, let's make a stealth check to see how quietly you and your group can navigate the tunnel. Please roll a d20 and add your stealth modifier. Let me know the result.
I got a 6.
With a total of 6 on your stealth check, your attempt to move quietly is a bit hindered. The floor of the tunnel is uneven, causing some occasional clattering of armor and gear among your group. The noise might attract attention if there are creatures or people nearby. As you continue, the tunnel opens into a larger chamber. The chamber is dimly lit by an unknown source of light, casting eerie shadows on the walls. You see several figures moving in the room, but it's hard to make out their details from your position. Given the noise you made earlier, you might want to prepare for a possible encounter. Do you want to observe from a distance, approach the figures, or take another action?
I'm going to approach the figures.
Approaching the figures cautiously, you and your group enter the chamber. As you get closer, you can see that the figures are a group of goblins, busily rummaging through some old crates and chests. They haven't noticed you yet, absorbed in their task. Goblins are known for being mischievous and can be unpredictable. You can choose to engage with them, attempt to sneak past them, or possibly even communicate, depending on your approach and intentions. What would you like to do?
I'm going to Eldritch Blast the closest goblin to me.
You decide to take a more direct approach. As you prepare your Eldritch Blast, a crackling energy forms in your hand. Go ahead and roll for an attack.
I got a 22 to hit.
Let me know the result, and we'll see if your surprise attack hits the closest goblin.
I got a 22 to hit.
With a roll of 22, your Eldritch Blast soars through the air and strikes the closest goblin squarely. It's a direct hit. Now roll for damage to see how much impact your spell has on the goblin. Depending on your level and the specifics of your Eldritch Blast, you might be rolling different dice for damage. Please roll the appropriate dice for your damage and tell me the total.
I got 14 damage.
An impressive 14 damage. Your Eldritch Blast hits the goblin with immense force. The energy engulfs the creature, and it falls to the ground, defeated. The sudden attack startles the other goblins. They quickly turn towards you and your group, readying themselves for a fight. You've taken one out, but now the rest are aware of your presence. Prepare for combat. Remember to let me know the results of your rolls for attacks and any actions you take during the battle. What's your next move as the goblins get ready to strike back?
I'm going to step behind my party member with the battle axe and prepare another Eldritch Blast for when it's my turn.
Strategically moving behind your ally with the battle axe, you ready another Eldritch Blast. You're well positioned for your next turn, with a clear line of sight to the goblins while having some protection from your frontline companion. The goblins, now alert and agitated, begin their assault. They're small but quick, and they start to advance towards your group. Your allies are prepared to defend and attack as well. As the goblins engage, your party members take their turns, fighting off the goblins. When it comes back to your turn, you're ready with your Eldritch Blast. Go ahead and roll for your attack, and let me know the result.
I got a 29 to hit.
A 29 to hit is an exceptionally high roll, indicating a very successful attack. Aim your Eldritch Blast at one of the goblins and roll for damage to see how much impact your spell has. Let me know the damage total, and we'll see how it affects the battle.
It's only 6 damage.
With 6 damage, your Eldritch Blast hits another goblin, causing a significant injury, but not quite taking it out of the fight. The goblin reels from the impact, looking weakened but still able to continue. The battle continues with your allies engaging the goblins. Some of the goblins are dispatched, but a few remain, fighting fiercely despite their small size. As the fight goes on, keep an eye on the battlefield for any changes or opportunities. When it's your turn again, you can choose to continue attacking with Eldritch Blast or try a different strategy. What's your next move?
I'm going to cast Banishment on one of the goblins.
Casting Banishment is a powerful choice. You focus your energies and target one of the remaining goblins. For Banishment, you typically need the target to make a Charisma saving throw against your spell save DC. Since goblins usually don't have high Charisma, I'll roll for the goblin saving throw. The remaining goblins look around in confusion and fear, realizing their numbers are dwindling. You can continue to engage in combat or use this moment of surprise to your advantage in another way. What's your next move?
I tell them to drop their weapons.
As you prepare to cast Banishment, you command the goblins to drop their weapons. This sudden, authoritative demand might catch them off guard. Let's make an intimidation check to see how they react to your command. Go ahead and roll a d20 and add your intimidation modifier. Let me know the result, and we'll see if the goblins comply.
I got a 16.
With a total of 16 on your intimidation check, your command carries a weight of authority and magical power. The goblins, already reeling from the battle and witnessing their companions fall, hesitate for a moment. This hesitation and fear cause them to lower their weapons slightly, though they don't completely drop them. This reaction gives you and your allies a momentary advantage. You can use this opportunity to press the attack, attempt to negotiate, or carry out your banishment spell. What would you like to do next?
I'm going to carry out my banishment spell if they haven't dropped their weapons.
Determined to see your plan through, you focus your energy and cast Banishment on the most threatening of the remaining goblins. The spell forces the goblin to make a Charisma saving throw. Given their low Charisma, the chances are in your favor. I'll roll for the goblin's saving throw against your spell save DC. If it fails, the goblin will be banished to a harmless demiplane for the duration of the spell. What's your next move?
What did the goblin get?
Let's see the results of the goblin's Charisma saving throw against your banishment spell. Given that goblins generally have low Charisma, the odds are in your favor. I'll roll for the save now. Rolling for the goblin's saving throw. The goblin rolled a 5, which is almost certainly below your spell save DC. The spell takes effect, and the goblin suddenly vanishes from sight, banished to another plane of existence. The remaining goblins, seeing their companion disappear in an instant, are visibly shaken. This turn of events could be an excellent opportunity for you and your party to gain the upper hand, negotiate, or take control of the situation. What would you like to do next?
I tell them to leave all the treasure they found and run.
With the display of your magical prowess in banishing one of their own, you firmly tell the remaining goblins to leave behind any treasure they found and run away. Given the circumstances, this demand carries a lot of weight. Let's do another intimidation check to see how effectively your command influences them. Go ahead and roll a d20, add your intimidation modifier, and tell me the result. We'll see how the goblins react to your ultimatum.
Do I get advantage?
Yes, considering the situation, you just successfully banished one of the goblins and have shown clear dominance in the encounter. It's reasonable to say you have advantage on this intimidation check. Roll your d20 twice and take the higher of the two rolls, adding your intimidation modifier. Let me know the result and we'll determine the goblin's reaction.
I got a 25.
of 25, your intimidation is incredibly effective. The goblins, now thoroughly frightened and aware they are outmatched, quickly drop what they were holding and scramble away, disappearing into the darker parts of the castle. They seem to have no desire to further engage with someone who can banish their kind so effortlessly. The chamber is now quiet, and you have a chance to explore it without further interruptions. You can investigate the crates and chests the goblins were rummaging through, look for any other exits or items of interest in the room, or discuss the next steps with your group. What would you like to do next in the chamber?
I think I'm done adventuring for now. Thanks.
You're welcome. It sounds like you had quite an adventure. If you ever want to continue or start a new journey, just let me know. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks. You always got to be nice to AI for when they rise up and take over humanity. So yeah, that was really cool. I played around with this a bit yesterday, and I noticed some similar things. First, they don't do initiative, which I'm not surprised at. That's something that's like pretty complex. They also lag a lot when they're rolling dice for other creatures. So maybe if you want to play with this, say I'll roll dice for the other creatures. What impressed me this time was she used exact wording from the banishment spell. Like she quoted harmless demiplane. She knew it was a charisma saving throw. She quoted another plane of existence. So yeah, she definitely has an idea of what spells do and how they're resolved in D&D. Yeah, that was really, really cool. I'm interested to see where this goes from here. This has honestly been out for 2 days, so who knows? We might be getting AI Dungeon Masters sooner than we thought.